Happy 4th of July. It's time to make a salad. I am actually going to show you the different ways of how I cut these plants. I've had a lot of questions as to what do I do with the parts and what happens. And it's very interesting because there's not a lot of waste and the plants are incredibly healthy. They're a lot thicker than most plants that you're accustomed to, and typically you're never supposed to cut a lettuce. I've cut these and maintained them 10 days in my refrigerator and they're totally fine. But I have here a bunch of, so much of this basil, I'm gonna have to make a pesto sauce out of it. I also cut up all different types of colored beets. I like the beet greens. I make them as though they were, perfectly good greens. But there's all different types of colors. It's very easy to do, but I'm going to actually take a beet and show you how I do those. Now, if you wanted to allow the beets to grow longer, then it's very simple. You just let the plant stay in Khôra that much longer. If you like the taste of the itty bitty baby leaves, then all I do is I cut it. I quickly look to see if there's something I want to eliminate, and then that's it. I chop these things up. Now, technically, I would not have to wash it. There's no pesticides. There's absolutely nothing on this. Once in a while, you will find leaves that you're not going to want or parts of leaves. Just chop it up, and it's good. Now, if you listen closely, these plants are incredibly healthy, and the color is amazing. The smell, you can't smell, obviously, but it's just a fantastic, fantastic thing. But this is how rough you can be with these plants. I've taken the whole entire head, and if you look at this, and now I'm going to make some room for it. It's easy how I cut these, but I get such volumes. I have bags and bags and bags. I take the entire thing, and I chop like this, just a pair of scissors, a standard pair of scissors. And it's thick, it's massive. And then I flip over to quickly see if there's any baby leaves I don't want. But if it all looks good, and sometimes you will always find baby leaves. What's interesting that have passed away, they just dried out. What's interesting is that the lettuce as a whole has so much less waste than what you get at the grocery store. And you can see that I'm struggling with this head of lettuce to chop it up. The volume is just so much. And that's it. This is several cups of lettuce. And it's gorgeous. Now I can keep going and take as many of these leaves that I want and stick in as many more plants that I want. But again, there are no pesticides in this, so I don't even have to wash it. I wash it and I stick this in a bag. When I stick it in a bag, I just tested it. It went for 11 days and I ate it. It was many pounds of produce before I could finish it. So here's your beet if you want to continue. I have other spices in here that I like. This is oregano, and it's very, very tender, so you can eat the entire thing or pick off the leaves and then throw it in the salad raw. So this particular experiment was really about the capillary mats and what was the best mat, and we came up with water pulse. So the next test that we do, it's going to be far more about trying to use the mats in a practical situation. I got obviously hundreds of plants. I had to clean pounds and pounds and pounds of produce and give it away. But this is a really simple way of dealing with what happens with Khôra. I've got a great salad. I'm going to go make some lunch. But I'll show you now what ends up happening to the rest of it. So if you wanted this bit, yep, it's good. You just kind of pick this up, and I do this in my kitchen sink. You can see the root structure is fantastic. This gets recycled, and this goes with the compost heap. So in New York, you can either take it to a place to compost it, or you can recycle it. These parts I recycle. I put them in my washing machine, my dishwasher, and then I end up washing it again. But so here's an idea of 4th of July. If you want to stop by, I'll be making a lot of pesto. And if you actually like these beet greens like I do, then there's lots of beet greens. Happy 4th of July.